Welcome back to Dirt 5. So for this episode, myself and Wolverine decided to try out some new cars. For the first two races, we're going to use new cars that we haven't tried before. For the final race, Wolverine is wanting one of his favourite cars, but we'll get to that one at the end. So we're going to start with free climb at Pineios Lake Reverse in Greece for an ultra-cross event. Wolverine is up first, and he's in the Volkswagen Beetle Rally Cross of the RX Rally Cross class. Like I say, a new car. There's been no practice. It's straight into the race. It looks good. The car itself looks really good. Let's see if this will help improve his results. Now this car is from one of the DLCs. We've already obtained the DLCs ready to continue on this career mode and this series once we finish the main career. And it gave him a chance to use these vehicles early. That wasn't originally the intention, to be fair, but we both said we wanted to try something a bit different in terms of vehicles we use. So this is what he went for, and a nice overtake there, already up to 8th place. The car itself, he says, is very quick, it handles well, it's very nippy. Nice little drift there, you see the smoke coming off, or the dust coming off the tyres, I'm not sure which one. Going up the inside there, a bit deep into the corner. Obviously, the car isn't automatically going to guarantee first place. It's always going to be down to the driver as well, but if you can find a car you're comfortable with and you like, that is a big thing towards winning, I believe. So, Wolverine already going a bit deep into a few corners here. He's kind of underestimating the power of the car. Probably accelerating a little bit too early, not braking early enough, that kind of stuff. Currently in 8th place. That's not a bad result so far. A bit wide on the exit there. But he's still going to continue on. Dropping down the 9th a little bit there, but then back up the 7th as he takes the corner. Really well. Poor exit again. It is his exits he kind of struggles with, I think. Going around the outside here. Can he hold position? Not quite. Currently going to get 7th place, back again up to 6th as he's going to cross the line for the end of the first lap. 6th place, that's not bad, 6 positions up, and he reckons a lot of it is the car. He really enjoys using this car. This car, he said, is just different to everything else he's used. This might be his go-to for this kind of race in the future, for the RX Rally Cross events anyway. But still going strong, 6th place, 4th and 5th are just ahead of him. He is catching. Nice left-hander here, taking it nicely. Definitely see he's getting the grips of the track a bit better here. A little bit poor on the exit there, but that happens. But you can definitely see an improvement on this second lap. Again, a bit deep, but he's still catching the car ahead. He's up to 5th now. Can he make it on the corner? No, a little bit too much acceleration. Makes the car spin out a little bit, but he does gain it up the inside here, forcing the other car into the wall a little bit there, and then deep on the next. So he's back down to 6th. And losing a bit of a gap now to the cars ahead. That kind of cost him a little bit too much there, that fighting. He's going to lose a place as well, 7th place currently. Can he take it up the inside or the outside? Going a bit wide on the exit again, and now getting a bit confused about where the track was. The lack of lights there didn't really help him, and he said straight away, I just weren't sure where the track was. So not really the car's fault, that's more him. It's not a bit unsure of the track. This is a track we've done, but not in reverse very often. So it is kind of new. But as we finish second lap and start the last lap, we're currently in 8th place. Wolverine has dropped 2 positions on that last lap, but he's still battling hard, and that's the important thing. What else can he do here? So under the bridge for the last time. He's on the back of the cars ahead. Potential 6th places in the offering, if he can at least get past these cars. Up to 7th, but then losing out again, down to 9th. Positions change so quickly, that's the thing. Really bad bounce off the jump there. You notice the back end really slapped down hard, and really he struggled to control it, but he's managed to get himself back up to 8th. Spinning out a little bit on the corner again, just over accelerating. Trying to go up the inside, doesn't really hold it, still 8th place. Up the inside here, too deep once more into the corner, and then getting hit by the cars as he rejoins the track, probably a little bit unsafely. But he has got himself up to 7th. You can see 6th place just ahead. If he can make the corner work, again too much acceleration on exit. But he's held it nice. He's still in 7th place. He is fighting for this. He wants a decent result. Can he catch 6th? Like messing up the corner again, just not knowing the track. He said straight away, I just didn't know where I was going. And in that situation, there's nothing you can do. It's just too unsure of the track when the lights disappear and the track isn't very evident at that point. But battling hard now for positions. What can he get back from this race? Over the bridge, left-hander. As we're going to cross the line, he's in 7th currently. Can he hold this to the line? He can indeed. And Wolverine finishes in the Volkswagen Beetle Rally Cross for nice 7th place. I think that's a really good result for Wolverine. The biggest thing we can take away from that race was the lack of track knowledge. When the track wasn't as evident of where it was, he struggled. And that's going to happen. You know, it happens to me, it happens to all of us. If you don't know the track, and especially on the rally tracks, if you're not sure of the track, you're not sure of what the next turn coming up is, it can be difficult to judge your braking, to know where you're going. So, full marks for him for a brilliant 7th place. He really enjoyed the new car as well. And in some ways, I think that's an improvement. I can't say that his result got worse. I think that's definitely an improvement on his results. So a fantastic result there for Wolverine. So next we have the Beast from the East at Xiamo Run, China for a Land Rush event. Soldierboy's in this one. And I have chosen an interesting car. In terms of the way it looks, this is the Audi Ai Trail Quattro, the PreRunner class. Another new car. Not a DLC car actually, just a new car we haven't used before. We're slowly spending our money on new cars. And look at it. Look at the way it looks. That roof bar rack on the top. It's just so different, isn't it? But I will say one thing. This is probably one of the only races I've barely braked the whole time. And you'll see why. This car is incredible. And I mean this so sincerely. I would normally go for the Aston Martin for this race. PreRunner class, always Aston Martin all the way. But this Audi is something else. So currently into second already. And as you can see, I've barely used the brakes because this car doesn't need them. It grips superbly. You can carry speed into the corners. If there's any car to use of PreRunners, this is the one. Slicing through the middle there into first place, and I hate to say it, I can't see us looking back now. This is kind of going to be a bit of a boring one to watch, to be fair. But yeah, this car was incredible. Taking the corners nicely. It's now how big of a gap can we get on the other cars, really. They're still behind us, to be fair. They're not really letting us get away. But I don't have to brake. Bit tight to the inside there, causing a bit of rubbing against the rocks. That will slow us down a little bit. But the speed isn't brilliant. Straight away, that's an obvious thing. You can see our speed isn't the best. But it's the speed you can take into the corners. That's the big thing. Drifting nicely there. We're up to 60 mile an hour as we take this next one. And then we're up to 68, 69, 70 miles an hour. And we're still going. 70 miles an hour around the corner. The other cars don't seem to be able to do that kind of speed. The grip this car has is incredible. Next corner, going down to about 50, just under. Holding it nicely. There's not many corners we've done in this that we can take at 70 mile an hour, let's put it that way. Dropping down to 60 as we take it a bit high there, a bit wide on the exit. But building speed again. This isn't going to get to 100 miles an hour, it's not that kind of car. But it is the corners where this car makes up for everything. Left-hander now. We're still in first. It's all about how much of a gap can we get. If you look at the mini-map in the bottom left, there is a gap. It's a decent sized gap. It's only going to get bigger. Right-hander now. A bit tighter that one, so we did have to use the brakes a little bit, really drop down. But up to 70 miles an hour. Around the next bend. 68, going, even increasing our speed in the corner. And this car is holding it. There's not much of a drift either if you look at the back end. It barely drifts out. That's how good the grip is. Finished the second lap. Start of the last lap, we're in first place. By a good way, I think, unless we make some silly mistakes, this is in the bag. And this car is probably one of my favourites going forward. Hope to use it again very soon. It's 70 mile an hour in the bend, and the car is not even drifting. The back end is not going out from under you, it is staying solid to the actual track. And considering the surface one, we're on mud, ice and snow, you'd expect some skidding, some drifting. This car doesn't have it. It just holds so well. I know I'm singing its praises, but it was an incredible race to race that the car just did the work. It was just one of those where once we got into the lead, there was no looking back. It felt so easy to drive. So if you want to have a go at any pre-runner races on Dirt 5, this is my suggestion. It does cost a decent amount of money, but definitely worth it. We've got plenty of money back because we didn't buy cars very early on in the game. We're only really buying cars now. That's why you're going to see some variation, hopefully, in a lot of the cars we use. Although I can't see me using another pre-runner car now. That's the downside to this one being so good. We're going to finish off the race, and there we have it. First place in the bag. And yeah, what a car, what a machine. I can't sing its praises enough. It's really weird. As you can see, the car's coming in behind us. No one else had this car, so you can't really compare it. You can't say it was the driving. It was definitely the car. But I'll take that all the time. That was incredible. Might have to have a look at the Cadillac though, just because they're there. Something we might have to have a look at. But there we go, confirmation of first place. We get the rewards come through as well. While that's doing that, there's 2 new cars and 2 brilliant results for both of us, both myself and Wolverine. I think the new cars have helped. I think we've got to use more cars. We've been using the same ones over and over again. Mainly because once you get comfortable with one and you feel it does well, what's the point in changing? So hopefully we'll try a few new ones going forward. Final race of the day is a Trial of the Gods at Triple Stone Bridge Reverse in Greece for a Land Rush event. Now Wolverine is in the car and he's going to drive his favourite car. It's a car I personally hate. He loves. It's a WS Auto Racing Titan of the Formula Off-Road class. He loves this car. I find it doesn't take corners at all. Like, it does not want to turn. He thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread. Now, the reason for his thinking is this was the car that he did a short of a while back, very early on in the series in fact, where he overtook 2 or 3 cars in a jump. He also won his first race in this car. This race though hasn't started off that well. He's already been turned around as he caught up on the barrier, it looked like there, and he's in the last place and got a lot of work to do. But yeah, because of the previous results he's had with this car, he loves it. I can't stand it. I refuse to use this car because it was just horrible. It's just not a nice car. But you know, once you find a car you really like, you kind of stick with it. And I think because he got his first win in it, holds a little bit of value to him. But now, back to the race and back to Wolverine. He's trying to make his comeback. We got crashed out, turned around. He's got to try and get back. We did get up to 11th momentarily. We'll drop back down to last place again. Will we see a decent comeback here in his favourite vehicle? Well, he's going to try up the inside here. Can he make it stick? I think he's got 1 position. He does gain 1, up to 11th. So the car bouncing behind him. He's up to 10th now. He's going to the back of the car in 9th, which will slow him down. Slicing through the field. He's got a left hand here. Can he hold it round? A little bit deep, late on the brakes. No, back down to last place. He is struggling to make any inroads as we're about to finish the first lap and start lap 2. Last place. It's not a good start. The first lap was horrendous, but if anyone can pull this back, Wolverine can. And this is the big thing. I wouldn't skip past this race. What he does going forward is incredible. So 9th place now. I know it's a bit of a spoiler, but you wait and see. 9th place. He's battling here, battling hard. Taking 2 positions now up to 7th place. Drifting it nicely. A little bit wide on exit, but holds it off the barrier nicely, so keeps his speed high. Left-hander now. Taking another 2 cars up to 5th place. And there's 4 cars ahead of him now. In fact, there's 3. He's now up to 4th place. He barges the other car out the way. This is a brilliant race. It's just you got to see what happens. 4th place now. Top 3 cars ahead of him. You can see them. Got a bit caught up on the stone on the inside though. Kind of took a bit of a too tight line and came off track a little bit. But 3rd place has dropped back a little bit there. So Wolverine takes it nicely. But the other car is going to come back at him here. And another car on his inside. Can he hold the inside here? Look at the drift. 3rd place he is now. As we finish, we'll come up to the end of the 2nd lap. Start of the 3rd lap. 3rd place of Wolverine. This is a car on the 1st lap that got turned round and was cut adrift from the pack. He is battling now for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. It looks to be a 3-horse race, and currently Wolverine has 2nd. 1st place is just ahead. Can he bring this back into the barrier there? It's not a good move. That's going to slow him down. 1st has now got a little bit of a gap. Wolverine needs to try and pick this up around the corner. He's going to go for the inside line. No, changes his mind. Goes for the outside. Drifts it lovely round there. Inside for the next. Got a brake. Is it enough? Not quite. He's going to hit the barrier on exit. But he's in 1st place. He has taken 1st place there, under braking. Trying to get the car to turn. This is why I dislike this car. It doesn't like turning. He enjoys it though. I think he likes the challenge, to be fair. Back down to 3rd place. This is going to be a tight race to the finish between these 3 cars. A little bit out of sorts there. Catches the rock and he's going to find himself being drifted back a little bit there. He has got 4th and 5th now battling him. and he's dropped down to 4th place. So at one point he was in the lead. I just thought he had it, but not quite. Down to 6th now. Not long left of the race. He needs to pull something back if he wants a podium again. He's into 4th. You can see all the final cars. It's going to be close on the line. It's going to be close. And in the air, he takes 3rd place. As I say, this was a car on the first lap that hit a rock and got turned completely round. Colour drift from the pack. Everyone is in the same car. So this is down to your pure driving style, prowess, whatever you want to call it. And if anything, I think that's one of the greatest comebacks Wolverine's ever done. I really do. I think he's done brilliantly. I would have loved the 1st place. That would have really, crowned it really well. But I think, yeah, an amazing comeback. And I don't know what else to say. That was incredible. I really enjoyed watching him do that, and his expression and celebration was brilliant. Can't fault him there at all. In a car that I thoroughly hate, but he loves, and I think that's one of the reasons why he loves it so much. But that is it for today. That is it for Dirt 5 for today. If you're enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to like the episodes and subscribe to not miss any content. As I said previously, we are going to be doing the DLC once we finish the main career mode today. Something to look forward to. And we'll see you next time with more Dirt 5.